This is the guitar lesson for Mumford and Sons Little Lion Man, made the easy way and the correct way. Alright, starting off, I went online, I did my research. This is a very hard song to try to figure out to play by ear, but after watching tons of live footage, comparing tabs, and putting it all together, this is what I came up with, okay? Which I believe is the 100% correct way to play this, okay? So first of all, the tuning is going to be C, A, C, G, C, E. Okay, you want to tune this guy down to C. It's probably going to be at E. You want to keep this guy the same. You want to tune your D string down to C. You want to keep your G the same, and then tune your B string up to C, okay? And keep your E string the same, all right? So that's the tuning. It's a little bit different. There's a ton of different tunings out there, and if you don't have the correct tuning, it's not going to sound right, okay? Second of all, put your capo on the 5th fret, like so, okay? And now let's talk about the intro, okay? The intro of the song starts off. Okay, just like that. So the strumming is pretty difficult, but let's go over the chords first, okay? So we have these two chords. I'm not even going to go into chord names because they just look so different, and I don't want to confuse you guys because you're so used to the standard E tuning. But all you got to know is you just want to have your pointer finger on the 2nd fret G string, okay? That's the first chord. The second chord is going to be with your ring finger on the 3rd fret A string. Okay? So the song starts off. Okay, there's two little fills that they use in the intro of the song, okay? The first one is going to be the... And this is when I'm on that chord where my ring finger is on the 3rd fret A string, okay? So you strum it through, down, down, up. Then you put your middle finger on the 2nd fret G string, and you strum it on. And these are all downstrokes. Take that finger off, so only your 3rd fret A is going to be on there, so. Okay. Next, you put your middle finger one string higher. That's going to be on the C string, or it's your usual D string if you were in standard A tuning, okay? And then take it off. So one strum on and one strum off. It sounds like this. Okay, so. Then we go back to that first chord, okay? So let's put our pointer finger on, or we could use our middle finger, doesn't matter. All right, that's on the 2nd fret G string. So we want to pluck this A open. You can hear a little hammer on in the song, and that's what I'm trying to show you right now. So it's... to the other chord. Alright, now let's go into the verse of the song. The same chords, but the strumming pattern, and there's a little bit of muting. That's the change, okay? So, alright, that first chord is going to be still with your pointer finger on the 2nd fret G string. That second chord that I'm going to is this guy, the one we just played, which is your ring finger on the 3rd fret A string, okay? And all I'm doing when I'm going between these two chords, this is where I believe the song starts off where he's singing, okay? So when I go between these two chords, all I'm doing is I'm going... So I'm upstroking. All right, so upstroke, Okay? And now when I'm coming down, I'm muting. Okay? Alright, he plays it very fast, so I'm trying to break it down slow and show you exactly what he's doing. Okay? So that's the verse for basically the whole song. One more time slower. Okay, not bad. Okay? The next part is the pre-chorus, which leads into the chorus, all right? The chord that we're going to start off with, and this is after going through the verse a couple times, you come up on the pre-chorus. That's going to be, let's put your ring finger on the, it's going to be the 12th fret, or it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th fret from the capo, okay? So that's going to go right there, and then your pointer finger is going to go on the 10th fret, or the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th fret from the capo on the A string, okay? It's going to sound like that, okay? So it's... All right, that was the pre-chorus. I'll do it one more time for you. Okay, so let's go back to that first chord that I was telling you about. That's at the 12th fret and the 10th fret, or the 5th or the 7th fret and the 5th fret on the E and the A string, okay? So I'm doing the same strumming pattern. That's where I'm basically upstroking and then muting. Okay? And then there's a little, it's almost like a downward chord progression, okay? And I'll show you what I mean. It's these two middle chords which I'm transitioning to very quickly, okay? So I go. The part I'm talking about is this. All right? And what I was doing there was I was on the 5th fret from the capo, all right, on the E string. It's our C today, but you know it's usually your E. And then you're also on the, see, I was on the 4th fret there. It's on the 5th fret, okay? And then your pinky is going to be on that A string, and it's going to be on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th fret, okay? Should sound like that, all right? That's the first chord. The second chord in that transition, you're basically just going to put your pinky, your ring finger, on the next fret down, which is the 7th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This capo's messing me up totally, okay? So this guy's gonna stay in the same spot on that 5th fret. Your pointer finger does not change, okay? Just the fingers on the A string. You go from your pinky on that 8th fret down to your ring finger on the 7th fret, okay? So, and now we go back to that original chord that we learned in the very beginning of the song, okay? And that's on the 3rd fret A string. And notice, when I was up at this area, I did not mute those strings when I was playing them, okay? So I would just go. Back to muting when I hit that last chord, okay? So that's the pre-chorus. All right, let's move into the chorus, okay? The chorus is very simple. It's just very slow strums, and that's what I will show you now, okay? Just like the verse, let's start off with that one chord where, one second, I dropped my pick, where we have our pointer finger on the 2nd fret G string, okay? So it's strum that once, okay? That's the next chord right there. So strum that once, and then 5th fret with your pointer finger, with your middle finger on the E string, and then your ring finger is going to be on the D string, okay? Both on the 5th fret. We're not going to be playing this A string, okay? So, but I'm strumming throughout the entire chord. The only string that's muted is that middle string right there, okay? That A string. So that's what it should sound like. That's the second chord in the chorus. All right, and then we go back to our 3rd fret A string, okay? So it should sound like this. That's it right there. I had to think about that. Mumford and Sons, their strumming patterns are very, very complicated. So just the best way to learn them is to break them down and learn them very slowly, okay? So that last chord that I went to, and that's on the very last time you go through the chorus, that's this guy right here. And that's your ring finger is going to be on the 12th fret, okay? Or the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th fret from the capo. And then your pointer finger is going to be on the 5th fret from the capo, or the 10th fret, all right, on the A string, okay? And that's where we end, okay? That's the chorus of the song. Basically, everything is like that in the song. It keeps the same kind of strumming. There's similar patterns in the song, so it's that over and over and over again. There is one switch up, okay? Towards the end of the song, there's a bridge, and all it is strumming of the first 2 chords, the up and down. On the 2nd fret G string, 3rd fret A string. And then this is where it goes into the excuse my voice, I've got a horrible voice, but this is how it goes, okay? It goes like this, it goes. And that's where he just basically comes in and he goes, ah, all right? And what that is I'm taking my middle finger and I'm putting it on the 3rd fret A string. Pointer finger's going on the 2nd fret D string. That's the first chord. There's 3 chords in this little bridge chord progression, okay? So I'm just down strumming. 2nd chord. And all I'm doing for the 2nd chord is I'm keeping that same chord formation I showed you for the first chord, but I'm putting my ring finger on the 3rd fret, the 4th fret D string, okay? So now that last chord, we slide all the way up to the 13th fret, the 12th fret, and the, let's see here, it's going to be the 15th fret. That's, remember, from the nut and not from the capo. And that's the chord, okay? So let's go over that again. That's your middle finger is going to be on the 13th fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th fret from the capo on the A string. Your pointer finger is going to be on the 7th fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7th fret on the D string, and your ring finger is going to be on the 10th fret from the capo on the G string, okay? And these guys ring open, okay? On all these chords that Mumford and Son play, these strings, the E and the B, or the E and the C in this case, ring open, okay? Throughout the entire song. See the pattern? Everything's open. Those are all the chords of the song, okay? So that's basically it. When you're playing fast, he uses the same strumming pattern, but he does have variations throughout the song. All I do, I'll just show you the strumming patterns that I use, and they're basically his. He might switch it up for 1 or 2 small areas in the song, but that's it. So you're plucking the bass note of whatever chord you're playing. That's usually the first string that your pick comes to when you're playing a chord, okay? So let's go back to that bass note that we learned in the first part. That's our ring finger on the 3rd fret A string. All right, so I just pluck it, then I strum through it. So I go, and then up, down, pluck, then down, strum, then up, down. Okay, so that's basically all he's doing. So sorry, I really wanted to cram this guitar lesson into a very, very quick lesson, but this is a somewhat complicated song, so I hope you could learn the whole thing. Please check out my website, GuitarMadeEZ.com. Subscribe to my videos on YouTube. I've got tons more lessons to come. Mumford and Sons, the Black Keys, all different types of lessons, classic rock. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also check me out on Facebook and like my page on Facebook. That's www.facebook.com/GuitarMadeEZ/. All right, I will see you guys in the next lesson. Thanks.